I'm really gangster, still sliding through my city. No security, just that banger. Trying to control my anger, wrap shit up till he get tangled. You cross me once, I cut you out, treat you just like a stranger. He been put up running from death, but I'm a still weapon. And to this day, I'm still sliding, trying to catch that rapper.
DC, the boys, Alabama Prisoner Profiles. What's going on with y'all, man? Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Pause, man. I know how it is. I get it, man. I watch YouTube strictly. No television, no movie, strictly YouTube. And I don't even be hitting the like button. And I be giving motherfuckers fucking probably hundreds of hours of watch time if they got the shit. So I get it. So I'm trying to get better at it myself. So I'm passing that buck on to y'all to hit the like button if you mess with the content, so YouTube can push the content out and we can get this message out there. And there's my generic YouTuber little explanation of, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. Make sure y'all check out that Jaybird SB video. That shit is hot. Southern Brotherhood member, you know what I'm saying? Bro, cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? Part 2 probably coming this week. Probably drop that this weekend. You know? So make sure y'all check that out. Leave a comment on there. Share it with your mammy them. Now, as I filmed this video, this happened last week. We had an incident that occurred at Staton Correctional Facility in which a Nigerian immigrant hit up an inmate and then an officer within 48 hours. We finna check that out right now. A correctional officer with the Alabama Department of Corrections was stabbed Tuesday by an incarcerated individual at Staton Correctional Facility. The incident occurred early in the morning when the officer, identified as C. Williams by sources, entered the incarcerated individual's Okiemute Omatie's dorm. Now, I do not know if I'm pronouncing that right. We're just gonna go with Omatie, or maybe it's Omatie. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Here we go. Dug up some stuff. Looks like he got some New Hampshire priors. We're going to get into that. Let's see who this inmate is. Omatie, back in 2010, or this is back in 2014. According to court documents, is a citizen of Nigeria who has been in the country since 2010. He would move to New Hampshire. In July 2014, Omatie was shot on Lafayette Street in Rochester by Kerry Joseph. Joseph was originally charged with attempted murder, which resulted in a hung jury. Joseph later pleaded guilty to first-degree assault. In 2014, Omatie was convicted of second-degree assault. Dover. City resident Okiemute Leo, nickname Leo, we're going to stick with Leo, was arrested Tuesday in connection with an armed robbery in Rochester. Is also accused of striking a man with a taser during a robbery in Dover on the same day. Leo, 19 of 28 5th Street, Dover, remains held in jail on $2,000 cash bail after his arraignment Wednesday morning on 2 felony robberies, stemming from robberies that both occurred June 15th in Dover. Omatie is accused of using a taser to rob a man on Locust Street. Omatie allegedly struck the man in the neck with the taser and then punched and kicked him after he fell to the ground. He then stole a laptop, computer tablet, medication from the victim's home, according to police. After the incident, the victim was taken to Wentworth Douglas Hospital and treated for minor injuries, police say. He was later released. The robbery occurred on the evening of June 15th after the victim let 2 men enter his room at 105 Locust Street. The first suspect identified himself as Philip Swanson, 27, of Dover. The second suspect, who was unknown by the victim but was identified by the police as Omatie, then began assaulting the victim, telling him several times not to look up or he would kill him, according to the affidavit. 2 suspects began assaulting the victim. The 2 suspects then rummaged through the apartment, stealing a laptop, tablet, audio speakers, and medications that included Suboxone strips and Klonopin, which is the Xans. Later that evening, police found Swanson on 5th Street. In his possession were several items that were taken in the robbery, and Swanson was arrested also on a robbery charge. According to the affidavit, Swanson admitted to the police that he conspired to commit the robbery with the black man who lived with him at 28 5th Street, so they're roommates. The following morning, an officer found Omatie walking on Chestnut Street in the area of 1st Street. Through their conversation, police learned that Swanson was spending time with two women shortly before the robbery. Police went to speak with the two women, one of whom told the police that Omatie agreed to help Swanson rob a man on Locust Street who owed him money. The robbery in Rochester occurred earlier in the day on June 15th around 10:30 in the morning. Police responded to a report by a female victim stating she was robbed at the Residence Inn on Milton Road. During that incident, Tasha Loaiza, 21, of Rochester, allegedly pulled down the victim's bra and stole about 3 grams of heroin. A second suspect, whom police identified as Omatie, threatened the victim with a knife several times by pushing the weapon against her throat, according to the victim's statement to the police affidavit. Loaiza, who is also known to the Residence Inn victim, was arrested on a robbery charge shortly after the incident. Omatie was charged after Rochester detectives received several tips from other departments about him possibly being the second suspect. Based on this information, police put together a lineup, and the Rochester victim was able to confidently pick out Omatie's picture, according to the police affidavit. Omatie was then located in Andover and provided a voluntary statement to police, saying he was not at the Residence Inn at the time of the robbery. He did not know the victim. He hadn't been friends with Loaiza for some time. So this man schooled up, you know what I'm saying? Been here, you know what I'm saying? This man schooled up. According to the Rochester affidavit, in September 2013, Omatie was arrested by 2 Rochester detectives. During that encounter, Omatie continually lied to detectives about his identity till he was shown a booking photo of himself. Police drafted an arrest warrant for Omatie, and last week he was dubbed, quote, the most wanted of the week, unquote, on the Rochester Police Facebook page. Dover police had also issued an arrest warrant for Omatie on a robbery charge on June 19th. Omatie was arrested Tuesday afternoon after being apprehended by police in Somersworth. During an arraignment at Dover Circuit Court Wednesday, Omatie was ordered held on $10,000 cash bail. Now here we got him fighting these cases in New Hampshire. In a motion, Omatie cited his second-degree assault conviction as the reason that initiated the process of removing Omatie from the country. Omatie argued he only entered the guilty plea after receiving advice from his attorney that his plea would not trigger any adverse immigration consequences and was in fact specifically tailored to avoid such consequences. Omatie was originally charged with robbery and conspiracy to commit robbery, though those charges were dropped with the second-degree assault plea. So he ended up pleading to assault for that robbery case with taser and all that crazy shit. Judge denied this motion, citing immunity from deportation was not guaranteed by his plea, and so ICE would commence deportation measures. Now we move on to his Alabama cases. Right? It's unclear when Omatie would move to Alabama. Okiemute Leo Omatie, 22, was charged with arson after he allegedly started a fire in a cell while being held as a detainee of the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, at the Etowah County Detention Center in Gadsden, Alabama. The fire was allegedly started on May 26th. According to a release from the Etowah County Sheriff's Office, quote, Omatie manipulated an electrical outlet with a small wire to spark a fire, unquote. The release states, quote, security video inside the common area of Unit 3 clearly shows Omatie walking to a cell with a burning piece of paper. He then set a mattress and other combustible items on fire inside the cell. The sprinkler system inside the unit activated as smoke and flames filled the cell. Omatie was charged with first-degree arson and destruction of state property, both felonies, according to the sheriff's office. Omatie's custody was transferred from ICE to county, where bail was set at $50,000 cash bond. So now, Alabama system has you in their clutches, my Nigerian friend. And so Omatie would be convicted of the arson charge, and here we have the sentencing article. Circuit Judge David Kimberly sentenced an ICE detainee charged with starting a fire in the Etowah County Detention Center last year to 20 years and 1 day in prison. Okiemute Omatie, 22, of Laos, Nigeria, entered guilty pleas in February to charges of first-degree arson and destruction of state property by an inmate. Chief Deputy DA Marcus Reed said after consulting with the sheriff's office, the state recommended the sentence of 20 years and a day, which would render the defendant ineligible for probation or a split sentence. Shit. It was this quote, it was the state's intention to impose a substantial sentence in this case in view of potential risk posed to hundreds of inmates of the Etowah County Detention Center and to the personnel staffing the jail. Reed said Omatie was charged after the Gaston Fire Department and the Etowah County Arson Task Force investigated the May 26, 2017 blaze at the jail. Accused of manipulating electrical outlet, all that stuff by the mattress. Quote, it was only through the courageous efforts of corrections officers, SOD team members, I guess that's their CERT team, the Gaston Fire Department, and number of other sheriff's office employees that a major disaster was avoided, Reed said. It was our position that such conduct warranted a substantial sentence. Omatie rejected the plea agreement and entered a blind plea. Oh shit. He said in hopes that the judge will impose a lesser sentence. Who the fuck was his attorney? At the sentencing hearing Tuesday before Kimberly, he expressed remorse for his conduct and asked the judge to give him a, quote, pardon so that he can return to his home in Nigeria and be reunited with his family. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Where did he think? Jeez. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, Jesus. A pardon? Kimberly rejected that request and granted the state's request of 20 years and a day for the arson charge with an additional 5 years to run concurrent on the destruction of property charge. You made statements days before the event in expressing your intent to several people in the detention center. You engaged in a course to carry out that intent. A tragedy was narrowly averted, not by anything you did, but by the efforts of some brave individuals at the detention center, quote. Kimberly noted Omatie had a violent history, that he faced deportation from the country because of the assault conviction in New Hampshire. His conduct in the county jail after the fire showed 17 additional disruptions or incidents of non-compliance as an inmate at the Etowah County Detention Center. Quote, your behavior during and after the event does not match the narrative you and your attorney have set out for the court as to what your true thoughts were, what your true intentions were, Kimberly said. Quote, I think they were more sinister than you lead the court to believe, and it's just very fortunate that you are not here on a capital murder charge. Thank goodness for the efforts of those at the detention center that this is an arson case only. District Attorney Jody Willoughby thanked the court for imposing the requested sentence in this case, probably in court and after court at lunch. You know what I'm saying? Slam dunk, let's hit lunch. Everybody, DA, prosecutor, judge, everybody ride on the same golf cart. And also commended the investigators who prepared the case and those who helped avert the potential disaster at the jail. Reed, who prosecuted the case, also was pleased with the sentence. Quote, we felt the defendant's conduct should not be rewarded by granting his request to be sent home, which was the stated reason he started the fire, Reed said. Quote, inmates need to know there will be zero tolerance for this sort of behavior, and the DA's office will vigorously prosecute these cases. And I'm just feeling, you know, one reason why I'm just nonchalant about this shit, because I know about incidents in a specific county jail where motherfuckers were setting people's mattresses on fire with e-cigarettes that these motherfuckers like to give out the money. You know what I'm saying? E-cigs, light your shit, slap up. You know what I'm saying? A blaze. You know what I'm saying? Actually, now I think about it, allegedly it was the Brotherhood that was doing that to people in this county jail. Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? Side note, that's neither here nor there. But yeah. Fast forwarding all the way back up today, and he is 5 years into that 20-year sentence in the Alabama Department of Corrections, back to the article of him hitting up the Staton officer. According to sources, Williams was trying to take a cell phone from Omatie, which caused Omatie to pull a knife on Williams. Williams began to back up and mace Omatie. However, the officer tripped, which allowed Omatie to jump on him and stab him 4 times. Williams was able to escape as assistance came, but was flown out of the facility to have his wounds treated. Sources said Omatie appeared to be on, quote, ice or crystal methamphetamines. Omatie also stabbed an incarcerated individual the day before stabbing Williams, but was placed back into general population instead of being separated, a source said. However, according to a statement from the Alabama Department of Corrections, they claim Williams went into the dorm because he noticed Omatie had a weapon, not to get a cell phone. Damn, you see that? Don't play with me in here. Don't play with me in here. I hit you up. Don't play with me in here. Huh? I'm the captain. Don't play with me in here. I hit you up. Man, that's great. You heard what Cartoon said. Y'all ain't watched that Cartoon said about people, and Pitbull have told me about officers try. There's so many cell phones in there. They used to be an escape charge, I heard. Now it's a simple write-up, you know what I'm saying? But back, even worse back when they used to be escape charge, dudes ain't risking get more time. So, and they're short-staffed and shit. So the officers, like the corrupt officer, told the folks, like, you can go try to be a hero and take them, run down every cell phone you can, but like Cartoon said, they playing hot potato when they come to get them bitches, throwing them around, or they're pulling the knife on you, assaulting you, not trying to get that extra case or give up this fucking $300, $400, $500 cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Craziness. And then there they go again, as we all, you know, keep hearing about. You done hit somebody up the day before and they let the man out of the hole. They let the man out of the hole. This man probably hadn't even came the fuck down off the ice. You know what I'm saying? Probably was geeked the day before. People be geeked that long off the ice, days and shit, weeks and shit like that. Go to sleep 2 days, wake up, I'm going for another week and a half type shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't been a hot 48, and this man was almost on first 48. You know what I'm saying? Well, they say he had a weapon. Fuck that. Shit's so crazy in there, motherfuckers usually let that shit slide. You know what I'm saying? Now, they do say that this was a pretty good officer, maybe, you know, pretty well. Like, they say he was a decent officer, just did his job, you know what I'm saying? And look what that done cost you, you know what I'm saying? At what point you should have waited for help to get there? God damn. You know what I'm saying? Craziness. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Y'all leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, let your mammy know what's going on. Hit the notification bell, turn it off and on so you can see what's going on. DC the voice, Alabama Prisoner Profiles. Out the